Hey everybody, it's Mr. Movies87 here with a brief update video. We have a couple of topics to go over today. Really only two, I think. First off, this will be a formal introduction to a new series I had talked about before, Let's Talk About. This will pretty much be episode 0 of that. Um, so essentially a soft confirm that I will be going with this idea at some point in the future, but more so to give it a formal introduction as to what it actually is and all that, because I kind of informally went over what it was in a recent episode of Trails in the Sky. But I was going to do this anyhow, make an actual official video on that. And then the other part of this update will be about my new job I just started. Uh, words Tuesday. So this will be going up on Wednesday. I almost said today, but well, you guys know. Okay, so let's talk about what this series really, what I envision it to be. It's just gonna be an informal review series, more or less, of games that I've played, of series that I enjoy, certain characters I enjoy, certain topics in gaming, things of that nature. So it could be like, let's talk about The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. Now, I could really do a whole video on like each individual game in the Cold Steel series, which that'd be tempting actually to do. Um, but I think I would just go with like the whole series there. So I would do Cold Steel 1 through 4 all in one video. Kind of go over them bit by bit. I would do the Trail series, Sky FC second chapter and third chapter in one video, and then the Crossbell duology would be another one. I could do things like the Precipice series, um, things of that nature. I would make up a sort of script there, not a full length one, but just like kind of a bulleted list of what I want to talk about. So it'd be like an introduction. So like episode 1 of Precipice of Darkness, let's say for example, came out on, it was 2008 it came out. So like give it a formal introduction to the series there and all that. Give it some backstory and all that. Then shift into how I got into the games to begin with, why I enjoy them, um, how they've like inspired me, things of that nature. Because the Precipice games have really inspired me quite a bit with my artwork here, which is what you're seeing here actually for the thumbnail. This is something else I drew um, back in October, I believe. And this is one of my absolute favorite and personal best works. So I thought it'd be good to use here for a thumbnail, also because I didn't know what else to use. Um, so yeah, there's going to be a lot of subjects I can go over, a lot of games to go over here as well. So I think it'll make for a pretty fun series there. It'll still be pretty casual, laid back. It won't be like an actual formal review. It'll be like, oh, I give the music a 10, the gameplay a 10 or whatever. I more so say that for like my actual LPs, like at the end of the game there and all that. So also some of my friends in the Penny Arcade Discord also brought up an idea I might do as well to like bring on other people onto the show. I call it a show, but you know what I mean. Bring them on in for recording, to have like their opinion on it as well, or like to ask me questions, or I could ask them questions about whatever we're talking about at the time. There, I don't know if that would be like every case there, but that is a cool idea. I would like to implement at some point there for a fresh perspective on something like maybe they don't know about the Trail series, so they want to ask me like, what do I think of it? Like, it's just unique questions there as well. Or I could explain to them like if they don't know what the series is. Well, I guess I already said that. But yeah, I think you guys get the gist of what I'm going for here. So yeah, just a fun informal series to talk about video games. I've been playing them damn near my entire life, really. I think my first ever game I played really would have been like Dragon Warrior 1 on the NES, like forever and forever ago. So yeah, they have become a big part of my life here, especially RPGs. They are my favorite genre, of course, and always will be. And I have played more than my fair share of them over the years. And it gives me a chance to talk about more of them at length. Might also introduce people to the series if they haven't played them before. and be like, oh hey, this sounds cool. Like I want to try it. Because I would go over that there as well, like where they're available to play. I'd probably go over that in like the intro section or something like that. Like, hey, these are available like on PC. Some of these aren't available on PC, etc., etc. Um, yeah, I already have a ton of topics in mind for what I could do. But of course, I always ask feedback whenever I can. Let me know what you guys think of the idea here as well. For, like any other topics you'd want to see me discuss, um, things like that. I'm always ears for that. I'm open to suggestions for all that all the time to try and improve my work as best I can. Well, one last thing also, I don't know when I'll start that series. Um, if I like officially do so, I feel like I probably will eventually. I just don't really know when. So I mean, this will still be episode 0 of that. Just to be fully clear there. But then on to the other part of the update. This is more of a real life update now. I started a new job recently. My first official day was last Thursday. I worked 8 to 4 in the morning to the afternoon. And my first real solo day was yesterday, just 4 to 8 in the evening. I'm a receptionist at a senior healthcare living center over here in Ohio. Essentially, just working the front desk there when people come in. I have my little nook there immediately to the left of when you actually enter the facility itself. Pretty much just like greeting people as they come in, answering questions they may have, directing them to like residents' rooms and whatever things like that. Answering the phone there, of course, connecting people who were calling to like the nurses' aides, um, any like managers in charge. Like we have a director of nursing, our admin, like our lead admin, our HR person, things like that. Um, I was really nervous going into yesterday because like it was my first day solo, obviously, and learning a new phone line system there is always tricky. That was my biggest concern really going into this gig because I've done phone answering stuff at other jobs I've worked at before, but I've never liked doing it actually at all. I always tried to like put it off or avoid doing it. But there were times there too when I would have to do it. Like I worked the front desk at a shop and save years and years back, and I would have to answer the phone there. Um, didn't really like it. It was easy, of course. I would just be like, "Village Shop and Save, how can I help you?" And then just they tell me what they need, the customer on the phone, and I would just be like, "Oh, meat department, line, whatever," and then just hang up and they take care of it. So yeah, I mean, it was really easy once I got used to it, and I already felt better during my shift yesterday without getting a few calls under my belt there. Because yeah, it's just a weird system there. I hadn't used it before elsewhere really, so like just making sure I'm like putting people on hold properly, forwarding the call to the right person properly, which I got better at that as the night went on, so that was a relief. Um, my other really big concern for now is just not knowing enough to actually help people. Because I mean, whenever you call a front desk receptionist or whatever, you're expected to have them be able to help you right away. That's their job, of course, and that will be. I mean, I will pick up the knowledge that I need to have as I go along. But like my first day flying solo, I pretty much know nothing really, to be perfectly honest, as to like who does what, who's available right now, who actually lives here, like resident wise and all that. Um, See, I had a couple hiccups. I won't go into detail about that. But just like I wasn't really sure how to answer a certain question there. Wasn't really sure who to ask either. But then the people I was working with as well, they helped me out there a lot. Um, the people I've met so far have been really nice. So that helps out quite a bit there. So I'm sure I'll definitely feel a lot better going into work on Thursday. I worked 4 to 8 again Thursday, this week. But yeah, I'm sure I'll feel a lot better going into work then than I did going into work today, since I already have a better handle on things now than I did before. Um, because yeah, even though I was in there working on Thursday, it was just for training, and my manager who trained me there, she pretty much did everything herself. Really, I just sat there and kind of just like watched. So I mean, I did learn some things there too. Of course, she gave me a tour of the place and all that. Um, but like she did most of the heavy lifting herself. She's been there for like a year or so. Of course, she has a better grasp on things than I did, or well, do still, of course. She had to step out though for a little bit to pick up her kid from school. So I was on my own for a little bit there, but there's another manager who was there to help me out as well with a few phone calls. So like just that those annoying jitters or whatever you have for a new job there. But yeah, I'm already feeling a lot better about this. And I'm sure yeah, I'll get more and more comfortable as we go along, as I learn more about like who's working when, who to actually page when people need something, or like I can actually answer this for you myself right now. That knowledge I'll just pick up in time. Like I can't worry about that stuff for right now because it'll take time to learn all of that. It's like I realize that. I also realize I'll make mistakes here and there. Like I'll get nervous or like I won't really be sure how to answer a question. But what the most important thing is just to remain calm and be like, I can just tell somebody on the phone, like, I don't know this answer myself, unfortunately, but I can put you through to someone who will know. So, like, hold on one moment, and then we'll put you through. Well, I'll put you through, and then we'll get you squared away. So, there's always, like, the learning curve for things like that there and all that. Um, which, again, yeah, I mean, I'll make mistakes, obviously, but the key thing is also to learn from them so I can, you know what to do better for next time. So, there's that. Um, this gig probably won't be long term though. I'm still looking for jobs elsewhere here too. But it'll definitely work for right now. The people there again are really nice. The work is actually very easy. I'm just sitting down at a desk like the entire day there, honestly, which I'm not really used to. I'm used to like being up and around on my feet like all the time, walking around with all the retail crap I've done before. Um, so yeah, it's a nice change of pace there actually to actually just be sitting down and just kind of relax. I say kind of, but like I'm still nervous for whenever the phone rings because I want to make sure I'm ready to answer people's questions and like also knowing that I might not be able to, but I can put them through to somebody who would know. So yeah. Bottom line is things will get better as I go along there. Of course, I've only had 2 days there so far, and yesterday was my first real day on my own. So like I think I did pretty well, honestly. I mean, yeah, bumps in the road there, like I said, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. That should be it for me here, guys. I do apologize that there's no Trails in the Sky video today. I just kind of didn't really feel like recording one after I got home last night to do this here. It did kind of work out here in a way because I wanted to do this video anyhow, talking about the Let's Talk About series more formally there, and also to touch base with an update video there as well. But yeah, of course, Sky FC will be back on Thursday as per normal, and Friday as well. Nothing there, of course, for Saturday and Sunday, but it'll be back on Monday there. Also, if I forget to say so in the episode for Sky FC tomorrow, I'll just do it here right now as well. If you guys celebrate, have a great Thanksgiving because it is already on Thursday. With that, guys, thanks very much for listening. As always, I appreciate it. If I remember to as well, I'll put a couple timestamps in the description for like if you want to have like a window of time to hear about the Let's Talk About series, and then another one for like when I start to shift into the real life update here. I'll watch through the video later and make sure I do that. But with that, guys, this has been Mr. Movesy7 signing off. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.